Welcome to the Otherwise Guys. I'm Cool Shakur.
I'm K-Life.
And right here we got Fat Chick with us on the episode today.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Chill, man. So a lot of people in the city know you as a video director, hustler, you know, because you do everything in the city.
Everything.
So my first time seeing you was back in the G at Plush on the stage. I forgot what artist it was, but you was recording. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker doing the same shit I supposed to be doing, because I was doing like, you know, shit like that too, but it wasn't on that level yet. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I seen you. But what got you into film?
Film? Well, I mean, back then I wanted to be a rapper a long time ago, and you know, I realized, you know, rapping costs a lot of money. You gotta pay for so much stuff.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I just rather be the person who get the money. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, man, I'm watching people like Decap do graphics, and you know, James Bailey was doing videos and stuff like that, and I just kind of watched them do what they do, and then I just started doing it, man. Learned on YouTube a lot of other stuff, and just kept going with it, you know.
Yeah.
Can't stop.
You say YouTube, and that was like, it wasn't even out. Like, that was like 06, 07. So it was probably just coming out in a way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was watching them do a lot of stuff. Decal taught me a lot of, gave me a lot of advice when it came out doing graphics, and Jamie, he gave me an opportunity, you know, just to tag along with him on these little different adventures when it came down to filming. So I kind of watched them at the beginning. So that was back when they had the Canon XL, and the Canon XL2 and stuff like that. So
big boy shit.
Yeah, big boy shit. So now it's now we at, you know, DSLRs now. You feel me? So, you know, it's a huge difference from back then. I mean, I didn't get on YouTube until probably when they came out with when I first hopped on the Canon T3i.
Okay.
You know, I was like, I got to learn how to use this mug.
So the people that you just named was some of your inspirations?
Yeah, I looked up to them. You know what I'm saying? I looked up to a lot of people, you know, and I just you know, I ain't had no career at the time. Yeah. So it was like I had to find my way. I was in the streets, so it was like, man, dang, you know, everybody was going to jail. And I was like, man, I got to find a way to get out of this. And I just like, man, you know what? I just trapped myself in the house one day and just kept going, you know.
Gotcha.
So you can go ahead.
What? Why do people call you Fat Chick though? Because that's like, when I first heard the name, I thought it was like a female at first. So.
Everybody think it's a female. How that came up, you know, rest in peace to my cousin, 21Q on Reddit. And one day him and Sight, which is David Goodman, all this was back in CTO days. Yeah. And what happened was it was them two and Bigger Rankins. They was all in the office one day, and then you know, my cousin was like, man, y'all look like two fat chicks. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm like, cause I had plaits in my head at the time. You know, I was like always having braids and plaits and stuff it was like a fat chick. And so Sight was like, yeah, that's his name. At first I thought they were playing. You know what I'm saying? They was there laughing and shit. And so one day I went to a TJ Chapman record pool in Tallahassee. I had to, you know, you gotta go check in and shit. Yeah. And so when I go and check in, I'm like, my name Robert. Oh, we ain't got you. So I called my cousin. I'm like, hey man, what's up, man? They said they ain't got my name tag on the list. Yeah. And they were like, oh man, you gotta say Fat Chick. I was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't about to go in here.
I went in though, and they gave me the name Fat Chick. You know they spelled it different. And you know, I always like the big girls. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, I had to flip that thing a little bit, man. I couldn't get rid of it, man. Every time I went to the club, and Bigger Rankings or somebody would say, oh, Fat Chick in the building. And so, you know, they just like, I couldn't get rid of it. I came up with 30 names and couldn't get rid of Fat Chick to save my life. So I just stuck with it, flipped the name out, you know, turned the nigga to a positive, and boom, there it was.
Well, shit. What other jobs you do besides video?
Well, I do graphic designs, photography, printing, marketing. I do whatever, as long as they cutting check. I can go on YouTube and learn how to do it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So it's unlimited to some of the things that I can do. Unless it's got something to do with some skinny niggas doing some shit.
Well, every time I see you, always trying to down talk us skinny niggas. I don't like you always trying to do a post. Oh man, it's because of the skinny niggas we can't do this. I said, this nigga here crazy.
Well, where you from though?
I'm from Duval.
What part of Duval?
On the north side.
No.
Yeah, born and raised. You know what I'm saying?
I seen you made a post that had me like, damn, because I didn't know. You were like, y'all niggas don't even know what Cool Running started and who started this shit. Right.
Well, it wasn't basically about the whole Cool Runners. It was just about, at the time they was talking about that Duval. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me coming up in the game, I used to go to the block parties. One time I actually was inside the club. One time I got snuck in. One time, but we ain't staying there long. But I actually got a chance to see all them in action. So I was like, okay, and they was at block parties they was been saying the Duval thing. So that what made me made a post talk about that part of the era when it came out of bigger rankings and the Cool Runners crew. I was just talking about what I know.
Yeah.
And I don't go by what I know. I don't.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I just don't know.
Yeah.
What about the real nigga radio thing?
Oh yeah.
Because it seemed like you was, out of all the people, you was like, it's like you was there and you can tell the story from, like you said, from what you know.
Yeah, I mean, real nigga radio. That came up between Cash De Niro, which is named Kennedy Mumford, and Sight and my cousin 21Q. They came up with the whole real nigga radio. We actually had a radio station, underground radio station. Dog Man helped us out. Dog Man from Orlando, and he helped out helping us put the radio station together. And we was probably like the first hood radio station that were playing cuss word music and stuff like that. And so what happened was we had a hurricane, a tornado, and it took down the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the tower cost so much money, they were like, hell, we're going to make it into a mixtape. Mm-hmm. And so, like, the first original people that was on the mixtape was my cousin, 21Q, and Cash De Niro. He was DJ Short Long, and then we had DJ Styles.
Okay.
And back then, we was helping pushing Bootsy, and Sight did a song with Bootsy called Since I'm a Hustler, him and Cash. So, it started from then, and then, when my boy had to go and do his time or whatever, Bigger Ranker took over, and he made it what it is today. You know what I'm saying? So, all respect to that. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So shit. Shout out to Bigger. He hold shit down. Real nigga.
How you feel about the city and where it's at now, like on the music tip?
I mean, it could be better. I mean, I wish that a lot of artists understood how the business work instead of trying to take the easy way out. You know what I'm saying? They always, talk about what somebody else done instead of trying to do things the right way and not waste money and time.
What you mean by the easy way out? Like,
well, they feel like they go in there, they make a song and they just throw it out there, and they just keep making songs after songs, and they won't get it mixed, they won't get it mastered. The ones who do that project, sometimes not their fault. It's just that sometimes your project just not that project, and you can't keep just throwing. If you take your time and you put it together correctly, all you need is one song. Mm-hmm. So if you put your time and effort into making one of the best songs instead of just going in there and throwing something together and hoping that the whole world gonna like it, what I'm saying? Like, take your time and do it right and market, your song, because you got the whole world. A lot of people not gonna like it.
Yeah. Right.
But if you don't push it where the whole world can listen to it, then you're not giving that song an opportunity.
Gotcha.
And I see a lot of people making mistakes in doing that, and they spend more money shooting videos, getting CDs printed up and stuff, but it ain't right.
Gotcha.
And if it ain't right, people not gonna want to look at it or listen to it or anything, give it any kind of opportunities, and that just how it is in the world,
That's how it is. You right.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, what other projects you got going on for yourself and with others?
Well, right now I'm working with these boys out of Indiana, DJ Black and Glenn from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? We also work together on the MoneyBagg Yo project, the Finesse 2 Times project. Now we working on Eastside Jody 367 project. So
I heard him. He from Atlanta, right?
Yeah. So we work with a lot of different artists, in different cities, different states, and I wish I could do the same thing for artists in Jacksonville, but you got to have a budget. It ain't nowhere right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you got to have a budget, man.
Yeah. So when you say that, what is like some of the problems you run into Jacksonville besides money? With artists,
listening.
Yeah.
Some of them don't study. What they want to do. You want to be an artist, you got to study. Like everything that I want to be, I go and study it. What I'm saying? It may take me a whole year to get it all down pat, but I'm studying it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why my platforms be so strong, because I start them up, and when I start them, I don't quit on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I keep building them up. So that be the main thing, being consistent with it, learning and listening, because a lot of artists don't have paperwork on this stuff. A lot of artists don't know how to. They don't know how to get a check while looking for a label. And this music business just like a regular business. You go and you start up a business. You get your LLC, EIN number. Your regular, you get everything together, man. And if you do right by the bank, you know what I'm saying, they'll cut you the check for you to do your music career. You can go ask the bank for $100,000.
That's the signing bonus right there.
That's your bonus right there. You ain't need nobody. Now you did all the right. If it take you a year, it might take you a year. It depends on how you operate. But if you do it the right way, you go to the bank and say, hey, man, I need a loan. I need this for my for my business. And boom, they gonna cut you the check, no problem. Cause you know why? Cause you did all the right things, and you was consistent on, the money part.
Yeah, that's right.
As long as they see that you making money off of what you do, what can they say? You
said you did a project with MoneyBagg Yo.
Well, I did. I helped promote and market MoneyBagg Yo, and this was way before, Endless ENT. That's that Randolph label. And Yo Gotti got involved. You feel what I'm saying? It was back when he was in the trap,
Yeah.
And so, I told him I was gonna help him out. I invested my own cash into building these platforms up, and and that's what got the attention of everybody else.
How you met him? How you
Well, what it was I was working with Sony, and project contract was almost over with. I was working with E-Man's Angels, EAE Management, out of Atlanta, and he been working with Mr. Elliott for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Doing marketing. He do marketing for everybody. Yeah. Burberry, McDonald's, you name it.
What?
Yeah, that nigga raw.
Yeah.
And so he kind of like taught me the game, and he put me in a lot of positions for me to learn how to do my own. So I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and use his project. Use what I learned from them and do it on MoneyBagg Yo project. Okay. And so I ended up doing that. Instead of like trying to shop for labels to work with on different projects, and instead of hitting my homeboy, I'm like, hey man, what's up with the next project? You know what I'm saying? So I just came up with my own, and then boom, probably like a year after that, he just started taking off. At the beginning, his name wasn't MoneyBagg Yo on his platforms, because he was like MoneyBagg Balbino, some crazy shit. And I was like, man, let me help you out. And I created all the platforms, the MoneyBagg Yo shit, but you know how that go. Yeah. So I already know. I ended up working with Finesse 2 times, and he was that was a good artist, you know what I'm saying? But he got locked up, so it was a wrap for that. Yeah.
So what artists you looking forward to working with now?
Any artist that really that's focused, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna go and not only just be an artist, but be a business.
saying from Duval's standpoint, like we
I
ain't
mean,
got that many artists.
69 boys paid the way for Duval. You know what I'm saying?
69 boys.
Yeah.
That's
They
what I was
open the
talking about.
doors up. You know what I'm saying? And then you got J Dash. He went platinum. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who J Dash is?
No.
Yeah, he from Duval, man. Shit, he went platinum.
I don't like see a lot of people don't tell you that they don't rep Duval once they make it. You know?
I mean, he rather Duval, but he like the way he did his marketing game. Like sometimes it's hard to do your market in Jacksonville when you try when you from Jacksonville. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you have to go to another city and state. Like like for instance, like. When I do my market, I don't try to market in Jacksonville. I market somewhere else because when they see what I can do and they see who I am, they be like, I ain't never seen this dude before. Yeah, and
he going.
Yeah, he going though, you know.
Yeah, but I said you say that, I just like I ain't gonna lie. The day I really realized that, like, it's better to go outside your city or whatever because you get more love than you would in your city. Like Duval, you know, we from Duval, so shit. It don't show love here to me. Like,
I mean, they show love, but they show love when you make it.
But that's
the only way they're gonna show them.
But like, that's what I'm saying. You already got your team. You already don't. You know what I'm saying? Need that love now. Yeah. Don't show me the love when I make it. That's fake. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody says it's like. But it goes like that in every city and state. Like, I see people all the time, I want to move to Atlanta. Well, if you go down to Atlanta, there's 1,000 motherfuckers down there that's rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they all on one mission. So now you going down there, you finna compete with them.
Right.
Yeah. And some of them, they hood. They don't like that shit. They gonna try to off you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They gonna rob you and all that. This real talk. You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta, that's what they gonna do. They gonna move you out the way. You know what I'm saying? Some people make it, some people don't. Right. We got some people in Jacksonville who did make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They went to Atlanta and actually became successful out of doing it. You know, because they stayed focused. Mm-hmm. You know, some people be out of focus. They be trying to be friends with everybody and all that. That ain't what you move there for. What you move there for? You know what I'm saying?
Focus.
Yeah. You know, other than that, you could just stay in Jacksonville and just travel to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Well, been cool, friendly.
It's hard in Atlanta to stay down there, man.
What did you learn from Big Rank? Because I know you used to work with him a lot as far as coming up in the game.
Well, I learned from a lot of people, man. I ain't gonna just say Big Rankin, but you know, I learned to hustle. You know, like to keep going. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I learned that from a lot of people. You know. I can say the person that kind of like made me who I am today, I would have to say Jamie and my cousin 21Q.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Because when I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying, and just doing whatever, you know, my cousin was like, hey man, listen, if you really want to do this, come up here to the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I went there, and I had to say David Goodman too, cause he gave me an opportunity, you know. Yeah. And so when I came in there, I worked for free. Mm. I was in there shrink wrapping CDs, you know, learn how to print on top of CDs. Yeah. You know, that's how I even learned how to start graphics. And Mike Nasworthy, you know, had the Photoshop 7. And that's how I met Decal, because Decal used to come in to our studio, and he would literally get paid to sit there and just do graphics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I was like, dang, I need to learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Mike Nasworthy like, well, I put the program up together for you so you could learn how to do it. So boom, I had to really give majority of my hustle game to CTO Productions. You know what I'm saying? Long Term Record South, because that's where Fat Chick Design started at. That's where I learned there were a lot of things from. You know what I'm saying? Like every celebrity that came to Jacksonville came out of studio record, Juvenile and all that. I was there when Jesus first linked up with Juvie. You feel what I'm saying? So
Boosie, when he first started coming, that's when he first started coming. Him and Webby.
Boosie and Webby used to come to the studio all the time. Yeah. And do songs, cause we had 2 studio rooms, Studio A, Studio B. And when they came to Jacksonville, they had Studio A the whole time. Yeah, okay. You know, and they was in there every time they came to Jacksonville. They was in there recording. You know. Yeah.
That's what's up.
A lot of celebrities that came down to Jacksonville, Pastor Troy, Murphy Lee. Yeah. You know, I remember Murphy Lee pulling up on the tour bus. I was like, dang, you know, it going down. You know, you know, especially Juvenile. He pulled up and he had a tour bus sitting out in the front, and he be like, dang, you know, like these niggas pulling up
No.
for real.
This shit ain't no
At
game.
that time, Murphy
They
was
try-
like one of the Grammy Award winner.
Yeah,
So it was like, it was one of them good
he on
experiences.
tour and he still recording.
Right.
Give yourself a break a little bit. Oh, nah, just keep the hustle, keep the grind.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
I had to say, yeah, man, everything came from, you know, CTO Productions, man. So, and after working there with them for a year, Sight was like, hey, man, you been working with me for a year, man. You want to get paid? I'm like, shit, who don't want to get paid?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Boom, he started paying me. And, you know, it kind of motivated me more because, shit, I'm at work before it opened and I'm at work until everybody ready to go home.
Yeah.
Right.
I be in that bit 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning with whoever, you know, the one kid, he used to be spending the night in there sometimes. And you know, my dog want me to sit in there with him. Shit, I'm in there with him.
Gotcha.
So
You left there, then that's when you went to Hustle House and did something like linked up with them.
yeah, after CTO, man, I linked up with Nat from Natalie Records. He was from Jacksonville too, but he stayed in South Carolina and he was doing his thing. And then I did a couple of shows with Jamie, and while I was out there doing shows with Jamie, no, actually I was with DJ Chili this day.
Okay.
And
Shout out DJ Chili.
yeah, DJ Chili. And so me and DJ Chili was at the arena, and I seen Frank Coleon. I remember Frank Coleon from back at CTO days. You know, Frank used to pull up in the Porsche. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he always been a stunt man. You know what I'm saying? And he was messing with the po' boys and stuff, like, you know, Trick Daddy and them.
Yeah.
And so when I seen him at the thing, he was like, yeah, man, I got an artist nephew, and yeah, we doing this, we doing that. I'm like, okay. So boom, the next day I went and linked up with Frank Coleon, and you know, that's how I ended up meeting up with Mark Squad, you know what I'm saying, and just everybody else that was over there at Hustle House. And that was a solid team back then.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? People thought we were taking over the world with that shit, you know?
Yeah. Especially when that Boosie and
nephew, yeah,
that shit had like everything going down.
Yeah. And I came right after he did that song with Boosie. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I remember the Mall Squad photo shoots and all that.
Well, I didn't do the photo shoot for Mall Squad. That was Papa J.
Okay,
And
but you
Jerry
ain't had
Wright.
nothing to do with that though. I always
Photo
thought you had
shoot?
something to do with that.
Well, I used to like, when I meet people like Papa J, you feel what I'm saying? He was like, to me, he was like one of the rawest person in the photography game to me at the time.
Yeah.
And I was just always with him every chance I could because, I mean, dude was smart. So it's like he taught me how to operate a camera on when it came out dealing with photo shoots. So I just went off of that, you know. And I you know, I got a chance to. I just started linking up and just started doing stuff, man. I ain't started getting serious in this photography game until me and Greg Bell got real tight.
Yeah, that's when we ended up. I seen you. That's when I linked back up with seeing you again. Was when around that time, like what?
That was back in MySpace days.
No,
was it?
Well, that's a different time. Then I'm talking about when we was over that. Remember when you introduced me to 36?
Oh, that was at Troy.
Yeah, that's when
CTC.
So you been messing with Greg? I thought it was.
Nah, me and Greg been friends since MySpace days.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I seen one day. I seen Greg. Greg was designing the MySpace pages, man. He was charging so cheap, and we were charging like $500. I hit him up. I said, man, listen, man, you charging too low, man. You finna knock everybody out the game.
Yeah.
And so, you know, me and Greg been cool ever since, man. And,
yeah.
You know, like I said, it probably been over 10 years with me and Greg, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, he keep me going. That nigga tell me straight up what he don't like, what he do like, and you know, that's like my brother, man.
Yeah.
That's how.
You fuck up the interview. He got booty calls and texts going on. What the hell going
that shit
on?
Man?
I gotta go to the.
Fuck.
I gotta. Something major happening.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
Live on camera? Who this is?
Hey.
Live on camera, hit you up, sending booty pictures.
Nah,
that's
no
what's major
booty
going
pictures.
down?
No. About my son.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.